This is absolutely real. The issue is you're looking the wrong way. You're fighting the wrong battles. And the only thing you need to do over the next 3 years, and I'm talking about the financial space, there's definitely a spiritual battle going on right now, is you need to build a plan, stick with it, and be patient. Get out of the hype, get out of the hopium, get out of the price predictions, and position yourself strategically for the reframing of our financial system as we know it. Today, we're going to break down what World Liberty Financial is doing. They had their meeting at Mar-a-Lago. Is it by chance that it was right before February 20th, tomorrow, 2026? Now, I want to be very clear is, people don't watch past the first 5 seconds. That's the first issue with Americans and worldwide. We have attention span of goldfish. Is February 20th, 2026 ends a 36-year cycle energetically around the financial system, from financialization, credit expansion, debt expansion, to production, from centralization to decentralization. And that's what this whole meeting was about at Mar-a-Lago. It's about a decentralized system fragmenting the centralized system. The Federal Reserve, which is not Federal Reserve, eventually probably getting pulled underneath the government. Okay. Back to production, back to an even playing field. The difference is it is global this time. This is not just happening in one country. It's happening all over the world. So be patient, build a plan, get out of the noise, and get your shit together spiritually, physically, and financially. All right, so let's dial in. Let's take a look at what was happening over the last couple of days. So the first thing I want to bring you back to, this was on January 23rd, 2026. This is what's actually happening here, guys. We are going into a system where there's no borders. Okay. You and I can transact through USD1, through RLUSD outside the central bank. It's a peer-to-peer network. Stablecoins saved the US dollar from collapsing. Okay. Stablecoins are backed 60% short-term treasuries. Tether, the largest stablecoin in the world, is now USAT in America, 90% of the stablecoin market. Trump has the fastest growing stablecoin. World Liberty Financial is doing things like this that are taking us to a global type currency. So they're positioning themselves strategically. And you think it's by chance that the Clarity Act is getting delayed, guys? This is all being planned out behind the scenes. So update, World Liberty Financial partners with Spacecoin to bring on-chain finance to underserved regions using satellite activity. Think about this. Elon Musk, okay? He has his satellites out there where you can use. I have Starlink on my boat. I go back in the canyons and I can go work on my boat in the middle of a canyon. It's wild. It's wild. Anywhere I go, I can use internet. This is the future, guys. So the World Liberty Financial taps satellites to push stable coins beyond the banking system. This is why the banks are absolutely shitting their pants. Did you see what Coinbase announced yesterday? Okay. You can now do asset-backed loans. I think it was, don't quote me on it, I think it was XRP, Solana. We know we can do Bitcoin, right? Do not leverage your crypto, though. Be very, 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 very careful. They want your crypto, okay? But with Michael Saylor's STRC, which is a credit product, right? You can earn 9 to 11% with a stable, less NAV erosion, holding steady of asset value, and you can earn 9 to 11%. This is why banks are panicking, but at the same time, they're working to come into the banking system. Okay, so this was Eric Trump today at Mar-a-Lago. The most powerful leaders in crypto, DeFi, and CeFi have gathered for inaugural World Liberty Financial Forum. It reminds me of like 1913, guys, the Federal Reserve, right? Now we're going to decentralization. We're going into the opposite. We're uniting, I put uninviting. You are uniting visionaries from crypto, Wall Street, tech, and beyond the shape of the future of finance. Free form, outdated banks, centralized control, and cancel culture. I just told you guys, it's ending a 36-year cycle. So you should sit back, get your shit together, lock in, and grab some popcorn for the next 3 to 4 years, guys. Position yourself and be calm. A modern American innovation is taking over, and we couldn't be more proud to lead the change. Okay, that's what happened yesterday at Mar-a-Lago. Okay, so this came in from Bitcoin Magazine. Just in, President Trump's son, Eric Trump, says, "I've never been more bullish on Bitcoin in my life." Let's check this out.
well too, you know, and I know stablecoin is different than Bitcoin, but I mean, you've been big proponents and bullish on Bitcoin as well.
We still are. I'm a huge proponent of Bitcoin. I do think it hits $1 million. I think it's one of the greatest performing asset classes. I mean, go back 2 years. Bitcoin was at what, 16,000? You know, where is it at right now? 70?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you look at the last 10 years, Bitcoin has gone up 70% a year on average, year over year for the last decade. Name an asset class that has performed better than Bitcoin. And now, obviously, you have lots of volatility. If you don't want volatility, you know, go invest in some muni. You know, go have a great time. Go invest in some treasury. You're going to have volatility with something that has tremendous upside. But I've never been more bullish on Bitcoin in my life. I've never been more bullish on cryptocurrency in my life. You look at what every one of the big financial institutions in the country is doing, whether it be Fidelity, whether it be Charles Schwab, whether it be JP Morgan, whether it be BlackRock, right? Goldman's here. Yeah, I mean, go down the list. Every single one of them are adopting cryptocurrencies. They're willing to treasury cryptocurrencies. They're putting their private wealth clients into cryptocurrencies. Before, they were telling them to put exactly zero into cryptocurrency. Then it was 2%. Now all of a sudden it's 5-6%, and that number keeps on climbing. It is the asset class of this generation. It's what every person under the age of 50 is into and loves, and we're just getting started.
Yeah. So stop listening to these clowns on the internet that are telling you XRP is going to zero, Bitcoin's going to zero, crypto's not here to stay. Like, think about that. Why would all these massive institutions be going all in? Why would they be recommending to their client? Just go on your Fidelity account, guys. When's the last time you logged onto your Fidelity account? Log onto it. Right on the right-hand side, it has Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and I believe Solana that you can invest in. Think about that. Why would Fidelity, the largest 401k holder in the United States, allow you to allocate some into cryptocurrency? Just use logic, guys. I wanted to share this before we go to wrap up this video and share with you guys exactly what I do. I just think this is phenomenal. I know there were so many different comments about this, you know, about who Elon is or what he was and blah, blah, blah. But he said, I agree with the teachings of Jesus Christ. And I put all that came into alignment, say amen. And I say amen. I think it's just absolutely phenomenal to see so many people coming back to the way, the truth, and the life, Jesus Christ. I honor God in everything I do. I ask God for wisdom in every single video, every single thing that I do. I ask for God and wisdom in my businesses, wisdom in my wealth, and Jesus Christ to me is King. And I proudly say that. I don't care if it messes up my channel. I don't care if it messes up my videos, because it's none of my business if it does, because that's why I'm here. That's why any of my success is present, because of Jesus Christ. And I believe that. And I just think it's very cool to see people like Joe Rogan, who was, I think, agnostic. I think that's the word, agnostic. And now he's going to church. You know, he hasn't proclaimed Jesus Christ or anything like that, but he's going to church and he's enjoying it. And he said, you know, I'm paraphrasing, he was like, listen, he's like, I don't know how anybody could have a bad life if they follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. And then Elon says, I agree with the teachings of Jesus Christ. It's in our DNA. It's embodied in us. And I just wanted to say that. So I love you guys. So this is Merlin. I invite you guys to download it for 30 days for free. What we help you do is, this is my company. We help you build an exit strategy, because we exit the markets. Okay. This is our demo account here. We help you set up an exit target. And guess what, guys? In less than a week, just under a week. So if you're a Merlin customer, eventually you're going to see a tab. So you're going to click on here. You'll see a tab to upgrade to premium. It's a small amount to upgrade to premium. And then you'll see a little additional thing that you can add right here. Boom, you click, and it actually does Fibonacci for you. You don't have to know how to do Fibonacci anymore. You don't have to figure out how to do targets. Remember, we're teaching you guys how to do it here. Okay. You go here, we teach you how to do Fibonacci. And most of my clients are 35 to 70 years old, right? Not super tech savvy. And so it was a struggle for them, right? But imagine clicking, boom, right here. You come over, you click, and you'll see this little button right here. You're going to click, you grab from the all-time high to all-time low, boom, it builds all your targets based on Fibonacci. So download Merlin 30 days for free down below, and we will walk you through that as well. So here we are, guys. So what am I doing? I'm building a plan, okay? I invented what's called Capital DR. It is all about beating inflation. I don't care what investments you invest in, okay? Think about that. He talked about Bitcoin, right? It's extremely volatile, yes, but over time, I mean, he said 70%. I thought it was 50% every year, but he said 70%. It's beat every single asset class, okay? I use things like Bitcoin, XRP, Solana, things that I believe are deflationary, that are beating inflation, right? As the US dollar just gets printed to oblivion, they keep running higher and higher debt. They're devaluing our currency, right? And that's not going to get any better, guys. Under the Trump administration, they're going to print more money. They're going to lower interest rates. But what is the Trump family doing? Okay. Trump media is stacking Bitcoin in their treasury. Okay. You got Eric, ABTC, one of my investments. They're climbing up the ranks in their Bitcoin treasury. You got Howard Lutnick is connected to XXI, which is a top 3 treasury. You got BlackRock, who is number 3 in the number 1 Bitcoin treasury in the world, Strategy B. It's just logic, guys. The crypto is not going anywhere. What you have to do is remove the emotion from it, because the volatility is your absolute gift, guys. The market is 2.3 trillion. NVIDIA is bigger than the whole crypto market. So one whale can pull, but think about this. Why do you think there's massive volatility? Number one, it's a cycle. Number two is the market's really thin. So one whale can pull money. They're trying to pry this out of your hands. So here's how I stay safe, okay? I'll be very clear on what I do. I create cash flow. I've been at business for 8 years, going on 9 years now. I created multiple cash flowing businesses, but I don't want to work until I die. So I started doing Warren Buffett style. So when I get paid, I use cash flowing dividends. I take 10% C and I put it into cash flowing dividends of my income outside of my debts and non-negotiables. Outside of the 10%, the income from that and the income outside of my debts and non-negotiables goes into A, assets. I get into assets that beat inflation over time. Okay, I don't store in the US dollar. I use XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, and Solana. Those are my top 4, and I will be consolidating into my top 4. I'm only buying XRP, Solana, WLFI, and Bitcoin. That's all I'm buying, and that's all I'm going to accumulate. Okay, that feels good to me. It feels safe. It feels that it's going to be here for the future, and it's going to survive regulation. Okay, if you're near my caddy, I talk about all this stuff, and then for my stocks, it's XXI and Bitcoin. That's what I'm doing right now. And I have my dividend stocks. Okay, I have tier 1, which are high risk, high return. I just went into STRC, which is a preferred stock. It is basically a credit instrument that Michael Saylor created. So that gives you about 9 to 11%. Okay, so that's on my asset side. Okay, on the asset side, when I profit, besides Bitcoin, I pull profits. I pull 50% of altcoins, all coins, altcoins. I put it into P, protection, cash value life insurance. We use them as family banks. Okay, we use them. We actually use them for their functionality of a tax code 7702A that was created in 1913. Okay, you insure your house, you insure your car, you insure your life. We insure our money. Okay, we actually use them to move money through the system. Okay, we profit, we put it into cash value life insurance, then we richest man in Babylon. We borrow from the bank, we borrow from the life insurance company at 5%. We wait for the fear to come, wait for you to panic. You leave the market, we enter back in with OPM, other people's money. Our money is still compounding over here. If we get an 8% in the market, we got a 3% hurdle rate, and then we go buy assets. They're going to appreciate over time to pay the leverage off, and we have free Bitcoin the next bull run. That's how winning is done. My protection components are insurance, silver, copper, Bitcoin, and Berkshire. Okay. That's CAP. And then L is leverage. I just shared with you. I leverage on the insurance side to go back in. Do not leverage your digital assets. Do not leverage crypto. You will get liquidated. I think it's great that Coinbase is coming out with innovative products where you can leverage against more of your cryptocurrency, but they want you to, guys. They want your crypto. If you leverage from your crypto, the example that I give is I did leverage my Bitcoin in April last year. Murphy's Law, I leveraged, and then Trump dropped tariffs and Bitcoin went down. We leveraged to buy our insurance brokerage. We broke off from an IMO and we became our own brokerage. And so I bought my own brokerage. I borrowed very low percentage. Okay. When they put on the DeFi platform, they gave me 70% and we paid it off as quick as possible. Okay. We only will borrow from digital assets. My rule is digital assets, only 25%. If I borrow, I'm completely debt free on my digital assets. But my rule is 25%, and I have to have money somewhere else to right size that. Okay. But the problem is what people do is these price prediction people convince you that it's going to keep going up. So you borrow against your digital assets when you don't have any capital on the side to outright size it. You're not buying anything that generates cash to pay the loan back down and get your liquidity right. And then when the market collapses, they seize all your crypto. Don't leverage your cryptocurrency. Not right now. Just sit tight. Wait till the market stabilizes, right? We stuff into insurance and borrow from insurance. No liquidation risk. Permanent life insurance. Okay. We pay it back when the asset goes up, or if we buy a dividend with cash flow, we pay it back. So I hope this information reaches your heart well. If you would like to work with me and my team, we do not invest people's money. I want to make that very clear. We are financial educators. We are financial educators. We have an education platform. We help 14,000 people worldwide. I teach people my revolutionary capital DR strategy. It teaches you how to navigate these economic cycles. We've done years and years of research understanding how to navigate these cycles, and we teach you cash flow. What is an appreciating asset? Okay. We show you what we do, so you're empowered to make your own decisions. P, we teach you protection, we teach you leverage, and we have classes, we have live calls. We have 4,000 people active in the community on a daily basis. We have about 7 live calls per week. You can work with me in a group setting, and we also have private coaching as well. So in the description of my video down below, you can interview to see what's good fit for you. You can do a free strategy call with my team, or on my social media platform, click the link and they'll walk you through everything and how we can support you. Remember, we are not DMing you about your crypto. I'm not messaging you about an investment. Those are all scammers. Be very, very careful. We do not invest people's money. We do not receive money to invest for anybody. We'll never ask you about your crypto. We'll never ask you to send us crypto. So be very careful. Love you guys. Warriors, let's get your shit together.